we'll start today on our backs. Please just take whatever position is comfortable on your back. So if you like bending your knees, feel free. Maybe resting them together feels good, opening them wide, or having your legs straight. And also with your hands, you can experiment where they feel most supportive. Maybe resting on you, maybe out to the side or overhead. Whatever works for you. And then if you can close your eyes comfortably, I invite you to do that. Really throughout the whole practice, it's often helpful to connect more deeply with the internal process by closing the eyes. Let's feel the weight of the head on the ground. Shoulder blades. Whatever part of the hands or arms may be on the ground. The lower back. And the feet or the heels. And let's feel the softer parts inside the body. Maybe feeling the gentle breath swirling around. And then we'll start to deepen the breath, filling it into the belly. Feeling the walls of the belly give way to that inhale. Collapse back down with the exhale. And then moving the breath from the belly into the ribs. Feeling them expanding out. And relaxing in. And then breathing into the belly, into the ribs, and up into the chest. Maybe imagining those little corners at the tops of the pear-shaped lungs and trying to squeeze the breath up there. And we'll all bend the knees and release the arms by the side, feet on the ground, knees facing the sky. And then we'll lift the feet, creating a tabletop with the shins. Press the back into the ground. And then we're going to inhale and lift the head, reach the hands past the thighs. If your neck is not happy like this, you can support with one of your hands. Okay. And then we're going to alternate. Send the right leg forward and the left arm overhead without moving the other leg. And come back to center, starting position. And then go slowly. So we're not bicycling. It's a very deliberate movement. Inhale as you straighten. Exhale as you return, maybe crunching up a little more on that exhale, and then change sides. really tucking the chin in to create lots of space in the back of the neck. We want to keep that bent leg in table so we're not, flopping it down. Keep the knee above the hip and the ankle in line with the knee. This makes it harder, but try your best. Let's just do one more on each side. Beautiful. Hands to knees, head to the ground. Roll your head side to side. Work out any kinks in the neck. Stay connected to your breath, maybe closing the eyes. Okay. Now send the legs straight up in the air. And bring the left foot in front of the right foot. Now we're going to circle both legs around. And then come back with the other foot in front. And then circle the other way. So you're going to keep changing which leg is in front and changing the direction of the circle. Use your breath. Last one. Pull the knees in. Get a rest. Have a deep breath. And bring your hands behind the back of your head. Lift your head off the ground. Keep your elbows wide. Send your legs up in the air. Flex your feet. And then scissor your legs as you lower. As low as you can go without touching the ground. And then point your toes as you scissor back up. Flex as you go down. Scissoring right, left. So not lowering one and then the other. Scissoring, crossing the ankles as you lower both legs. As you lower the legs. And then same thing, but with pointed toes on the way up. Just the ankles. What's your breath doing? Last one. Coming back up. And then hugging the knees in once again. Turning your head if you like. Nice deep breaths. Okay, now holding on to the knees, we'll rock ourselves up without the toes touching the ground. Just holding there. Feet off the ground, holding. Good. And then open the knees wide and bring them back in. And you can let go of your hands, they can be here. If you want to work harder, hold them up here. Keeping the knees bent, opening and closing. Inhale as you open, exhale as you close. Actually, you can do it the other way if you want, whatever works for you. One more. Feet on the ground, hands around the knees, lean back, nice round back, leaning away from your hands, tucking the chin, arms are straight. Feel the breath coming into the upper back. Okay, and lift yourself up. Straighten the right leg. We're going to cross the left leg over the right leg. And not like this, not yet. You're going to just let it rest over the leg. Great. Flex your right foot. Extend out long through the heel. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Relax the shoulders. Let the elbows drop down. So we're going to just let that left knee drop. Yeah. And let the arms relax. But press down into the right leg and spring out from there through the crown of the head as you inhale, lengthening the spine. As you exhale, relaxing as much as you can. Notice where you feel the breath. Can you spread it into more parts of you? Let it occupy more space. Create more space. Okay. And then come on up. Plant the foot. Hug that left knee toward the right shoulder. Inhale, left arm up, get tall through the spine. Exhale, plant the hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen upward. Exhale, rotate, belly, ribs, chest, eyes. Every inhale, grow taller. Feel like you're making space between your vertebrae. Every exhale, wring out the tensions from your spine. Squeeze it out. Okay, inhale back to the center. Take the first two fingers of your left hand around your left big toe, and then send that left leg straight out. Send the arm straight out. Try to pull that left leg as far back as you can. Lift your chest. Try not to round your back. Engage your right leg for stability. Nice deep breath. And bring the leg to center. Release your hands. Lower it slowly with control. Sitting up nice and tall. And we'll cross the right leg over the left. Almost like, we do cow face pose where the knees are moving towards stacking, kind of like that with the bottom leg straight. So try to kind of have that leg straight, and then so not like a figure four, but more toward the midline if you can. Okay. And then flex the left foot, pull the toes in, press the heel out. Feel how that lengthens the back of the leg as you press down through the leg. Inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, extend through the spine as you reach forward and relax over, dropping shoulders, dropping elbows, relaxing forehead. Long, slow, deep breath. Weight is in both sit bones. Lengthen your spine with your inhale. Release it with your exhale. And then roll yourself up. Plant that right foot. Left hand to the right knee, aiming it for the left shoulder. Inhale, reach up. Get some length in the side body. Stay tall and long. Take the arm behind you. Press down into it and lengthen up some more. And then exhale and turn everything. So there's this interesting kind of paradox that happens here on the twist. On the exhale, we're softening, or we're also squeezing. So it's kind of like trying to squeeze water or dirt out of a sponge that's dry, and you can't. Once the sponge is wet and soft, then you can. So you want to soften on the exhale. And then with that softening, squeeze everything down. Inhale back to center. First two fingers wrap around that right big toe, and we'll send the leg out to the side as straight as possible. Not everybody's going to be able to straighten it, that's fine. And then send it as far back as you can. Take the other arm out. Engage the left leg for stability and to help you lift up through your spine nice and tall. Feel your breath. Slow, long breath. I find that when I close my eyes, my breath automatically deepens and slows. Okay, bring it back to center, release the hand, and lower the leg slowly with control. Beautiful. And come over to hands and knees. So you can either do cat and cow with your hands under your shoulders, or upward dog and downward dog with your hands in front of your shoulders, or add a plank and chaturanga. Totally up to you. So we'll start with an exhale, either rounding the back or coming into downward dog. And then move through whichever version you're called to do. So if you're doing up dog, you want to flip over to the tops of your feet. It's kind of a nice exercise for your feet as well as everything else. So you're on the toenail side of your feet for up dog, and then recurl the toes under for down dog. And then on your next exhale, we'll all meet in downward dog. Spread the fingers wide and press forward into all 10 fingers. Roll the shoulders down the back. Let the head and heart drop, but lift the ribs up. So your spine is nice and long. Press your thighs back and your heels down. Repress into your fingers. Repart breath. Now we're going to lift the left leg. Roll the belly open to the left. Look under the left arm. Flex the left foot and push the left foot behind you, stacking the left hip over the right hip. Good. Now straighten the left leg and send the heel back even more. Lower the hips to a plank. Bring the left knee to the left elbow. Inhale, send the leg up high. Exhale, bring the knee to the right elbow. Inhale, send it up high. Exhale, step the foot all the way through. Good. And then keep the back heel off the ground. Lifting up, the front knee is bent. Okay. Now we're going to bend that right knee down. And then come up and straighten it. Bend it down. Don't touch the floor, just bend it. Make sure that left knee isn't caving in. And then the next time you come up, keep the legs straight, clasp your hands behind your back, note which thumb is on the outside. Roll the shoulder blades in as you lift the hands, open the chest with your breath. Okay. Take your gaze down to the floor. Kick off your back foot and lift it to the height of the hip and lift the arms. Now, without touching the foot down, bring the knee in front of you. Send the arms out to the side. So we're just balancing on that left leg. The right foot is in the air. And then very slowly, using your eyes, turn to the left and then turn to the right. Using your breath. Last one. Beautiful. Now keep that foot in the air. Fold forward and lift that right leg into a standing split. Keep the right hip down and lift the heel. Bend the left knee and gently touch that right foot to the back of the mat with control. Come on up. We're going to take the left arm to the inside of the left leg and apply pressure between the back of the arm and the inside of the knee to stabilize that knee. Take the right arm up and bend to the left, pushing the knee into the hand and the hand into the knee. Press back through that heel. Feel the stretch in the hip flexor as well as the side body. Beautiful. Bring the right hand down. Send the left arm up. Gentle twist, lifting the ribs up. Find the breath. Okay, now we'll either do a side plank or a modified side plank. So spread the fingers wide. You can bring the knee down if you need to, or roll onto the outer edge of that right foot and send the left foot back. And then you can do a variation here. You can take that left leg and put it in like a tree pose onto the right one. You can grab hold of that big toe and come back into that stretch that we did earlier, lifting the leg up. You can modify to make it easier by bringing the foot to the floor. Okay, and then come down into plank or modified plank on the knees. And then either go through your vinyasa, lowering into chaturanga, upward dog and downward dog, or come right into downward dog, as you wish. We'll all meet in downward dog. Beautiful. Shoulders down, head relaxing, hands pressing, ribs up. Breath deep and slow. And then we'll lift that right leg, bending the knee, rolling the belly to the right, flex the right foot, look under your right armpit, and push the foot back behind you. Try to get the left hip under you. And then straighten that right leg, send the heel back even more. And then square the hips, lower the hips and bring the knee to the right elbow, lower hips, and then inhale, leg up, and then exhale, lower hips, knee to the left elbow, inhale, right leg up, and exhale, step the foot up between the hands. Coming up into our crescent shape, starting with the back leg straight at first, both heels off the ground, and then we'll lower and come up. So the knee doesn't touch the ground, just comes down. Let's do one more. Front leg is bent, back leg is straight. Clasp your hands behind you with the opposite thumb on the outside. Roll the shoulder blades in toward each other. Lift the arms away from the back. Puff out your chest, breathe into it. Keep that right knee over your ankle. Watch that the knee doesn't start to fold in to the left. Beautiful. And then take your gaze to the floor in front of you. Hop off that left foot. Lift it as you hinge, hovering parallel to the ground. Send the arms up. Release the hands, bring them to the floor. Send your left leg up into a split. And then bend that right knee, and gently lower the foot to the back of the mat. And lift up again. And bring the right arm to the inside of the thigh, applying pressure, resistance. Send the left arm up and bend to the right. So the back heel is off the floor, but pushing down toward the floor as we really straighten that left leg. Beautiful. Left hand comes to the ground. Right arm floats up. Gentle twist. Now spread the fingers of the left hand nice and big. Come into your side plank or variation of side plank. And lower the hand, come into plank, bring the knees to the ground, come into chopped pose. Stay in your body. Just notice, is it easier for you to stay in your body when the demands placed on it are harder? Or is it easier when you can just relax and rest? Or maybe it's the same. Okay, bring the hands to the ground under your shoulders or thereabout. Lift yourself up, coming for a moment into a table position. Now we're going to bring the right foot to the left thigh, kind of like eye of the needle, figure four. I guess you can't tell because everything's dark on my end. Come off the mat. See if that doesn't help. Okay. Well, hopefully you see what I'm talking about. So the right foot is resting just above the knee. And the toes are on the ground, curled under, and the knee is on the ground if you can get it there. Okay. Now, see if you can come all the way up to standing on the knee. Press the hips forward. So Ming, that knee can be on the ground. You don't need to balance. Right knee on the ground. There you go. Great. Now, stay here or curl the back toes under and see if you can reach back and touch your heel with your left hand, with your hips coming forward, like a camel pose. And then we'll send the right arm up. Press the hips under you. Keep pressing the hips forward, getting that extra stretch in the hip. Beautiful. And release. Send that right leg back. Have it be in the air. Right leg back in the air. So we're on our left knee. And the right leg is back in the air. We're on our left knee. The right leg is extended back in the air. Foot off the ground. Right foot in the air. Just straight back. Good. Bring the left arm forward. Gaze straight down. And then just open out to the side with the arm and the leg and come back to center. And open and center. Okay, bring the left hand down. Cross that right foot behind the left foot. And then just dip that right hip down toward the floor. Just getting a little stretch on the outside of that hip, like T-band maybe. Nice deep breaths, nice low breaths in the body. Okay, then bring that right knee back. Take a moment in table posture. Right knee is back on the ground. And then we'll take the left foot, place the ankle on the right thigh above the knee, with the toes curled under and the knee on the ground. Like our eye of the needle stretch. Okay. And then see if you can come up. Back toes are curled under. Send the hips under you. See if you can reach back for that right heel. Or just reach back. If you don't reach the heel, that's fine. And send the left arm up. Dropping the head back. Pressing the hips forward. Long, slow breath. Okay, release the hands down. I'm going to send that left leg straight back, hovering in the air. Send the right arm forward. And inhale and open out to the side. Exhale back to center. Gazing straight down, your neck in the same straight line as the rest of your spine. Moving with your breath. Okay, and then place the hand down. Cross that left leg behind you, curling the toes under. And then just sink down through that left hip. Getting a nice stretch to the side of the hip, maybe the outside of the leg. Okay, and bring the knee back. Come back into child's pose. Feel your back breathing. How much of your back body can breathe. And send the arms forward. Lift your hips off your feet. Take your feet as wide as your mat. Curl your toes under and lift your hips. Then turn your toes out so that they're wider than the heels. And walk your hands in as you bend your knees. Okay, so I'm going to give you some options. Option 1 is to stay here. Option 2 is to slide your left hand under your left leg and come onto the palm. Then bring your right hand to the outside of your left foot and see if you can lift the left foot off the ground. Then if you can, see if you can straighten the leg and bring the arm overhead. Start with your feet a little bit wider, David. Even wide enough that your heels can be on the ground. There you go. And then weight fully into that left palm on the ground. And then see if you can lift that leg. Okay, let's try the other side. If you're in the still pose and it feels like too much already, then you can just start maybe moving a little bit side to side. If you want to try the other side, the right hand comes behind that leg, palm down on the ground, and then the left hand wraps around that right foot and lifts it off the ground Maybe you can straighten the leg and bring the arm overhead. Nice. Nice, Ming. Excellent. Okay. Let's come down. Well done. Beautiful. You sit for a moment on the heels. Letting the hands rest. If you can't sit on the heels, you can use a cushion behind your knees, or you can sit any way you want. Okay. And we're going to close the eyes and bring the gaze to the third eye, the point between the brows. And we're going to imagine bringing the air up through the left channel of the body. So maybe think about breathing in through your left nostril. But imagine the air coming all the way up the left side and coming to the point between the brows and then going down the right side. It's creating a full circle. So when it goes down, you think about it going across the pelvic floor and back up the other side. It's a whole circle of energy. And then we'll switch, coming up the right side to the third eye, down the left side, going under, across, and up. Okay. And then just breathe up both sides, down both sides. Two more. Beautiful. Come off your feet onto your buttocks. We're going to come into a plow pose. So if you have some trepidations about your neck and you don't want to come into plow, you're welcome to do legs up the wall or simulate legs up the wall in the middle of the room by putting your hands on your hips. If you're joining me for plow, we're going to rock lengthwise on the spine until the legs can come all the way overhead toward the floor behind you. And then walk your shoulders in toward each other. So you're not ever actually on your neck because you're on your shoulders. Your neck is off the ground, but you'll see what feels right for you. Also, if you're in your first trimester of pregnancy, you don't want to do this. Now, if the toes come to the ground, press your thighs up toward the sky. If your toes come to the ground, you can release your hands, maybe clasp them together or grab hold of the outer edges of your mat. If your toes do not come to the ground, please keep your hands on your hips. And feel the natural Ujjayi breath that gets created here.
Okay. Now let's bend the knees, bring them beside the ears. See if maybe the knees can touch the ground beside your ears. And then lift the feet off the ground. If they were on the ground, bring your hands to your hips and slowly lay your hips down. And then come into a quick fish pose, bringing the hands under the hips, extending the legs, press into the elbows to lift your chest, drop your head back, coming onto the top of your head with your upper back off the floor. Feel those lungs opening up. And then slowly lift your head, looking at your feet. Release your head down, hug your knees to your chest. Actually, let's lift the head to the knees, countering that last stretch. Okay, and then the feet can come down, the hips lift to tuck, lower back down, release the legs, shake them out. You have an eye pillow, place them in your eyes. And rest your arms out away from the body. Join me for a nice deep breath in through the nose. And let it out of the mouth, sinking the body into the ground. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the jaw open, the lips gently part. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing any mental activity. Finding the stillness of your mind by focusing on the movement of your breath. Just attaching your attention to the breath. And then let go of the breath. See if you can still stay connected to the natural rhythm or lack of rhythm, however the breath feels and flows. The mind wanders away from the breath, no problem, just come back, deeply relaxed, letting go, letting go, letting go. Breathe into your heart. Move the fingers and toes. Reach the arms overhead. Deep breath, stretch long. Hug the knees to the chest. Rocking side to side. Feeling the ground massaging your back. And then come center, rub hand to hand and foot to foot. Roll over onto either side, resting your head on your bottom arm, resting your body on the ground. Taking in how you feel. Taking in the possibility of the day. And then bring yourself up to sitting. Any way that you're comfortable. Sinking down into the sit bones, lifting tall through the crown of the head. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, hands together at the heart. Inhale, lift the heart up to the hands. Exhale, shoulders relax down. Inhale deeply, breathing in from bottom to top. Take it all in. Let it all go. Drop the chin to the chest. Namaste.